Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and today we're gonna break down what is DNS. And first one, of course, what is DNS? Okay, you may notice this. This is an IPv4 address, and any devices that want to go through the internet will have to get one IP address. And okay, we're gonna go through what is an IPv4 address. There are 4 sets of digits. You can see here 1, 2, 3, and 4, ranging from 0 to 255, and separated by period. And so the problem is not everyone is convenient when they have to remember this complicated set of number when they want to visit a website. So DNS can help. So what is DNS? DNS is a short term for domain name system. So what actually the domain name system do? Okay, it would transfer the human readable name into IP addresses. Okay, so I'm gonna make it more simple. Just imagine the domain name system is your translator, and it will translate what you actually comprehend into IP addresses to help the computers to identify the devices on the network or the websites on the network. Okay, so in this scenario, instead of remembering this long set of IP address, you can just remember, which is easier. Before seeing how DNS actually work, we will go through the DNS hierarchy. And we can view this as a tree diagram, and on top of that is the root server, and there are 13 separated root servers that are operated by 12 different organizations throughout the entire world. Going down a bit, we can see the top level domain, or TLD, and you guys may witness it in the right hand part of any links like .com, .edu, .government. And there are 2 types of the TLD, which is the generic TLD and the country code. Okay, so what is the difference between 2 types of TLD? We can go with the first one, generic TLD. This one will give you the purpose of TLD, the top level domain. Okay, so for example, .com is for commercial use. .edu is for education, and .government is for the government, of course. And okay, and for the CCTLD or country code TLD, we can see it obvious, right? You guys may have witnessed the .vn or .ca. The .vn is for the IP addresses, comes from Vietnam, and the .ca is for the ones come from Canada. And last one, going down there, you can see this is the second level domain, and it is typically indicates which organizations or country that owns the website. And of course, you guys can go down, much more. You know why? Because one company or one organization can have several websites for different purposes for different countries. So I'm gonna give you an example. Okay, and you guys should pause 10 seconds to identify each domain of this name. Oh, and this is some mindful notes. A subdomain sits on the left side hand of the second level domain using a period to separate it. And it is limited to 63 characters and can only use A to Z or 0 to 9 and hyphens. And you cannot start or end with an hyphens or consecutive hyphens. And now we're gonna see how the DNS work. Okay, wait. So back to our example, when you type in the facebook.com in your web browser, it will first, your computer will check the cache memory. So what is the cache memory? Your cache memory will store a certain amount of items in a certain amount of time, not forever. Okay, and if your computer answer back like I cannot see any facebook.com in my cache memory, it will send to the DNS resolver, and this resolver will again look for the cache memory of itself. And if it answer back like I can see no facebook.com in my cache memory, it will first send to the root. So as we remember, the root is the top of the tree in the DNS hierarchy, and this root, of course, it will not know what is the specific IP address that is matched with the facebook.com. So it will answer back like I don't know what is the IP address for the facebook.com, but I know where you should send to. And the root will answer back to the resolver. You should find it when you come to the .com TLD. And the resolver then will go to the .com TLD and ask, what is the IP address of the facebook.com? And of course, the .com TLD will not know what is the specific IP address for the facebook.com. And it will answer back, okay, so now I'm gonna send you to the authoritative name server. So at this point, the authoritative name server have to know everything about the .com TLD, every specific IP address, every specific IP addresses, and now it will send back like some I don't know, ABC dot EE dot E dot FG dot H. Yeah, it was send back to the resolver, and at this point, the resolver first, it will send back to our computer the IP address that match with the facebook.com, and we will receive like the whole bunch of the website. And the second thing that the resolver do is it will store in its cache memory this whole IP address. So the next time our computer requests for facebook.com, it will just need to check for the cache memory and we'll give it back to our computer. It is much more efficient and faster.